Morning or afternoon, science pals. This is your favorite guy, Mr. Sawchuck. We're going to go ahead and take a look at how to do the ARGO project that is due on Friday, January 15th, 2021. If you don't get it done this weekend or by the end of the day today, you can get it turned in by this weekend, and I'll still give you points for it. This is a fun little project. Okay, so of course you should already have your bell work done for today. Let's go over here to Earth's spheres and weather, climate units 3 and 4. You all should see the climate zones and ocean currents pop up for you. The first thing you need to do today is get that Coriolis effect and quiz done. So you read the article, do the quiz. It's a simple and newsletter thing. We've been doing these all week. You guys should be able to handle this, no problem. Next up, you'll see that I actually have another Climate and Zones article available for you. This is from the Generation Genius folks. So if you want to take a look at that, that might help you with this bad boy. So ARGO activity after Coriolis effect article and quiz. Effect article and quiz. So we've done those. Now let's go ahead and move into this bad boy. Holy cow, Mr. Sawchuck, that's a lot of instructions. Yep, it is. So here we go. When you've completed the previous activity, go to this website right here. Click, I've got it up there. Check out the research this organization is doing. Okay, let's take a quick look. Holy cow, that's kind of cool, Mr. Sawchuck. Yeah, wow, what is going on here? Oh man, show us more, show us more. We want to learn all kinds of things about this. Okay, let's slow it down there, kids. Let's just take another look here at the activity. So you're going to create a short PowerPoint presentation. If you are face-to-face, I have printed off and made copies of notes for you to fill out as we go through this about the ARGO project. If you don't get it done here in class, of course you can go online and watch this YouTube video later to help you out, or go to the actual website via Schoology. That's fine too. And don't say that you don't have a device that can go there, because your phones can go to YouTube. I found this out the other day when I got a phone that could go to YouTube. Okay. The requirements for the presentation. They got to explain what the ARGO project is. Okay, we can do that, sure. Must explain how the project works, what the tools are that they're using, and if I can find out anything about where the funding comes from, or how much things cost. All right, that's kind of cool. I need to explain where the program is taking place. Is it only here in North America, or are there other parts of the world where it's taking place too? And who all can be part of the program? Take a look at this website. Oh, that's kind of a cool website. I'll tell you guys about that in a second. We'll go there in a moment. So here is the criteria for grading this project. If you're explaining what the ARGO project is in your own words, you get full points. If you are copying the text, copy and pasting it, I don't want that. So try and give me it in your own words there. And if you just make stuff up or you get stuff wrong, then guess what? You only get 1 point. If you put nothing, you're going to get 0 points. Nobody likes 0 points. Don't be that kid. Next up, we're explaining how the program works. Do you explain how it works in your own words? You get 3 points. Need to explain where the program is taking place. So explaining where it happens in your own words. Who can be a part of it there? Explaining who can join the ARGO project. 3 points. You're making stuff up. That's 1 point. And if you don't do anything, it's going to be 0 points. Incorporate imagery. So if we've got pictures, obviously my face-to-face kids, if you don't have devices, it's going to be a little more difficult for you. So I'm going to go ahead and download this. Oh, cool. This cool PowerPoint opened up. Neato, Dorito. If you look on each slide, I put the questions that you need to answer for the project in order to get an A, including the link that you need. So there's no excuses, no reason to say I was unable to get to the website, because guess what? I provided the website for you. Okay, let's explain what the ARGO program is. All right, my online friends, face-to-face friends, let's go over here to the website and learn a little bit about it. ARGO project and climate change. Oh, that's kind of cool. Salinity in the water. This doesn't really tell me about it, but I'm starting to make some guesses here from what I'm seeing. It's going to have something to do with the ocean. Right? Global water cycle. Okay, cool. Let's go over here to about. Whenever you're looking for what a project or a program is about, you go to the about page, and that usually tells you there. All right, ARGO is an international program that collects information from inside the ocean using a fleet of robotics instruments that drift with the ocean currents and move up and down between the surface and mid-water level. Wow, that's cool. Each instrument or float spends almost all its life below the surface of the water. That's neat. The name ARGO was chosen because the array of floats works in partnership with Jason, love that guy, Earth observing satellites. Oh, they're satellites that measure the shape of the ocean surface. Oh, that's kind of cool too. All right. In Greek mythology, Jason sailed on his ship, the Argo, in search of the Golden Fleece. Oh, this it all kinds of like goes together. I see what you guys did there. Love it. Absolutely love it. What's this about cookies? Do you like chocolate chip cookies? Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys. All right. So what's Argo? We're gonna have to reword what's here because obviously if I just do this, copy and paste, that's called what? That's right, plagiarism, and that's going to give us a what? Not good grade. So let's go ahead and just paste that bad boy right there. Let's reword this. So I think we can keep international project, right? International project gets information. Another word for information can be data. So data you could put from the ocean using robots. Robots. Thank you. I am aware you're automatically saving, and I appreciate it, computer. Okay, what do these robots do? Well, they move all around in the water. That's kind of cool. So what's the purpose of Argo? Let's tell us what the purpose is. What are its aims? Let's take a look-see here. The data that Argo collects describes the temperature and salinity of the water, and some of the floats measure other properties that describe biology, chemistry of the ocean. The main reason for collecting this data is to help us understand the ocean's role in Earth's climate and so be able to make improved estimates of how it will change the future. Okay, so what's its purpose? Its purpose, I'm going to go ahead and delete all this because that's the original content. I put in my own words there. So its purpose is to measure the salinity of water and other stuff. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to copy paste their text and then reword it. Main reason for collecting this data is to help understand the Earth's role, the ocean's role in the Earth's climate. Cool. So now in my own words, the data records temps and salinity. What's salinity? That's a cool sciencey word. Let's see. Salinity. Define salinity. Bloop. Thank you, dictionary. Salinity is the quality or degree of being saline or salty. Oh, okay, cool. So records the saltiness of the water and other stuff. And just put biology, biology, and chemistry. Okay, and what else? The reason behind this is to collect data to help us understand the ocean's role in the Earth's climate. To help understand how the ocean works with Earth's climate. Another thing you might say is how it impacts the Earth's climate. Okay, so that's pretty well answered there. Let's go ahead and get rid of this other stuff. That would be plagiarism. We don't want plagiarism in our lives, do we? No, we don't. And if you just said yes, stop it. Okay, now must explain how the program works and what tools are they using. Can you find where the funding comes from? Okay, cool. Let's check this bad boy out. I'm going to go back to the website. I don't need to worry about salinity anymore. I've got what its aims are. How does it work? Wow, that's really convenient, Mr. Sawchuk. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Each Argo float costing between 20 grand and $150,000, depending on what it's doing, is launched from a ship. The float's weight is carefully adjusted so that it sinks into eventually stabilizes at a preset level, usually about a kilometer down. 10 days later, an internal battery-driven pump transfers oil between a reservoir inside the float and an external bladder. This makes the float first ascend to 2 kilometers and then return to the surface, measuring ocean properties as it goes. The data and the float position are relayed to satellites and then receiving stations on shore. The float then sinks again and repeats the 10-cycle battery until 10-day cycle until its batteries are exhausted. Okay, so I've got that these floats are launched from a ship. That's pretty cool. Floats are launched from a ship. Cool. Floats sink down and take data measurements. Sorry guys, I haven't had my coffee yet. Then go back up and link with satellites and onshore stations. Each float has about a 10-day life. If you are online and you choose to include that cool information about how it's got the oil reservoir and it moves all that stuff from this internal bladder to an external bladder, absolutely add that. That's awesome. Do it. To learn more about the floats and their cycle, okay, we'll click here. But wait, how much do these things cost? Cost is typically $20,000 to $150,000. Don't know if you guys have ever bought something, but that's a lot of money. And anybody who says it's not has never bought anything with their own money. Okay, so let's go here to learn more about floats and their cycle. It's the float cycle. Sounds like something Batman would ride. All right, what does an Argo float do? So this is really cool. Standard float, 10-day cycle, spent a lot of time drifting around the oceans, followed by taking series of measurements as it moves back up and profiles the ocean surface. Once the float is on the surface, it gets its location then through GPS. It communicates with the satellite to send its data and receive any new mission instructions. Oh, so you can reprogram them. That's really neat. I might include that if it was me. Majority of the Argo fleet, this surface interval is between 15 minutes and 1 hour. Oh, so that's kind of cool. After that, the float sinks to a drift depth of 1,000 meters for about 9 days, and then the float sinks to its profile depth of 2,000 meters before slowly rising to the surface while measuring conductivity, temperature, and pressure. Oh, that's kind of cool. This cycle repeats till the float dies, usually 4 to 5 days later. Years later. Oh, that's cool. That's a little bit different. Oh, the 10-day cycle, and then it probably does new orders at that point. Got it. So it goes down, it drifts for 10 days, drops down, comes back up, and then goes back down. And so it can do that for 4 to 5 years depending on the battery life. That's cool. So what's in the Argo float? It's got an antenna, it's got a conductivity, temperature, depth sensor, thermometer. We usually say thermometer instead of temperature sensor, but that's cool. Controller, so this tells it what to do. It's a small computer. Hydraulic pump. It's got batteries. It's got an external bladder. To learn more about different floats using, I'm here, so I might as well check it out. So these different floats. Oh, that's what they look like. Oh, that's super cool. Deep Argo floats. These ones are meant to go further down in the water. These ones are a little bit different. They're from different companies around the world. So that's cool, guys. All right, so you guys could include that. I'm going to start a second video in just a moment. So teacher, be ready.